After I read the book, The City of Ember, I searched on Google and saw if there was a movie because it would look pretty fun. And there actually was a movie, and I found that it was made in 2008. The cover looks a little bit something like this. Okay. I just want to point out a few things that I thought that were different in the movie than the book. Actually, there were quite a lot. The first one was that the bag that they picked on Silent Day wasn't green. It was like an old sack, like a brownish color. And it said that Lena's dad drowned in the movie. But in the book, Lena's dad died of a coughing disease. Also, Lena's grandmother looks way too old. And she looks like, not to be offensive, like Indian-ish. Okay, and in the book, there was like a passageway, there was like a ladder, like above the river. But in the movie, they opened up some locker, and then boats came out in the locker. So that was a little bit weird to me. And also in the movie, Mayor Cole, he dies from getting eaten by a mole. And you might think that's funny because a mole is this small. But then in the movie, everything's so huge in size. The mole is 20,000 times bigger than you. So it was yeah. But in the book, he doesn't really actually die. It doesn't mention him dying or It ends at him being arrested in jail for stealing. And the last thing, and that I think the probably most important thing, is that when Lena and Dune got to our world, they saw this pit that and then they saw Ember down when they looked down, and then they're like, oh my gosh, that's Ember. So they had to send them a message, but how? So they tied a note to a rock so that it would fall. And then it plummeted about 2,000 feet, and then it landed in front of someone. Well, that in the book, that someone is Mrs. Murdo, and then she looks up. Well, of course, wouldn't you? But in the movie, Dune's dad got it. Yeah, so that was weird. And I'm not a movie critic, so I can't criticize everything about the movie. But I have to admit, it wasn't as good as the book because in the I saw the rating for the City of Ember book. It was 4.5 out of 5, which is actually really good for a book. And then I saw the movie review. It was 6.4 out of 10. This movie got a D. I'm ashamed. Anyway, so I always prefer, well, not always, but I mostly prefer the book rather than the movie because, like I said before, I think, maybe, not sure. I don't have the greatest memory. But in books, there's things that you can't explain. There's things that you can't act out. It's just in words. You can't, it's just in mind. It's imaginary. You can't make a unicorn. You can't stick you can't stick a wooden stick on some horse. It would die. So the City of Ember book was a lot more fun than the movie. But just for a little fun thing, because books have a lot of words, I always like movies if there wasn't books. But since there is a book, the book it eats the movie. It's it conquers it. So my advice is that you should watch it, but after you read the book, because if you watch the movie before you read the book, then it will just spoil your fun, and no one wants that.